Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Kevin. Kevin is from Sweden, so let's see what Kevin has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Kevin, how are you?
Hello, William. I'm fine. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell me, how was your day today?
Well, in I work in sales, so it's always kind of stressful, but it's quite fun as well. So it's high tempo, and yeah, you feel the energy draining when you come home.
Wow. So tell me, what was the highlight of your day today?
Oof. Well, actually, seeing my kids when I come home because it's
Oh,
every other week for me.
I
So
see.
my
Oh,
week with
so
the kids starts today.
so what's the biggest joy of being a dad?
Wow, the biggest joy, seeing them grow into their own persons. Like they're getting into that kind of age now. They're well experiencing with their own lives and who they want to be and stuff like that. So it's a journey to be with them. Privilege.
Oh. So tell me, where are you from, Kevin?
I'm from south of Stockholm. Grew up in a place called Skogås, uh, just outside the city, 20 minutes by train. So now I live a bit closer to the city, but still on the south side.
Okay, so tell me something interesting about your hometown, something that stands out compared with other places in Sweden.
Ooh, good question. What stands out?
Tell me a place
Hmm.
that, for example, if I would come to visit, what a place, or I shouldn't miss it, I should go. There's something about the place?
Well, it's like standard suburbs over here, so it's nothing that stands out. But you always have close to nature, always close to water. It's always kids friendly, and yeah, I've never left the south side of Stockholm, and I can't see myself ever doing that. It's just
Amazing,
home.
right? As you start already the interview talking about that you work in sales, but I believe as well you are in the movie industry as well, in acting.
Yes,
So
yes.
tell me a little bit about your journey as an actor.
Well, it started in a very young age. I'm 39 years old today, and I did my first commercial for TV when I was 5, I think, for like children's food, Findus Barnmat.
Wow.
So it's been a long journey, and well, I did my most work as a kid, even though I still am active and I'm still doing a lot of stuff. But when I was a kid growing up, as soon as they wanted a red-haired kid, they called me. So I got to do a lot of stuff as a young boy, and it went on. It went on that path, and when I got into my late teens, I found other interests, or my sporting interest took over a lot more.
Mhm.
So I had a break for a couple of years, and I realized when I wanted to get back into it, I had to study. I had to get into the craft a bit more. I couldn't just play. I couldn't just be the red-haired kid anymore. I had to really get into it. So in my early 20s, I started to take acting classes and stuff like that to really know the craft a bit more.
That's amazing. I love those stories when we be introduced to it, we take a break, and sometimes everything comes back again. You need to get ready. You need to prepare yourself better for that.
Yeah, and you really need to to train. You can't just do it for fun. If you want to do something for real, you have to train and practice like everything else. Like I played a lot of sports, as I said, but it's the same. You have to keep it fresh. You have to do something every day to develop yourself and to meet the standards out there.
Totally. And which sports you were playing at the time, you were practicing at the time?
Football and hockey, I played most of my youth, but I found also American football in my late teens. So I tried most in team sports, but I would say those three are the ones standing out for me.
Kevin, so before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I start asking my guests on the show to bring like an object or a picture, something that means a lot to them. There's something you could share?
Yeah, I actually brought something. I've been struggling with a question for you, but hopefully I can find something later. But I brought this.
So tell me the story behind this beautiful plant.
It's just something that I found for a couple of years ago as a therapeutic hobby, I would say. And these kind of plants, it's called palettblad in Swedish. I don't know the English word, but it's pellets, and they come in every different colors, and they're like a weed. Like they're very easy to grow and maintain, and you can sculpture them and have them grow into trees. And yeah, there's always something to do if you want to keep yourself busy. So I'm filling my apartment with those kind of plants, and I also have a patio which is empty right now because the summer hasn't really arrived for us, so it's still cold. But I usually fill it up with different kind of just vegetation every year. So that's therapeutic, and it's a hobby.
Beautiful. Wow, I love plants. I think plants, it's great to have them at home because they bring this beautiful vibe, and it's like sharing a moment, or sharing every day with plants. A lot of energy around for sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Amazing. Okay, Kevin, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Let's go.
Amazing. Welcome to Lilian and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, before I start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can change, take another one, okay?
Yeah.
Amazing. First question is, what's the best advice have you ever given to someone?
The best advice I've ever given to someone. Ooh. That's the thing about me. I always have a better point of view helping other people. It's always easier to see something objectively. And so I wouldn't say I can come up with a specific advice, but like seeing someone's strength that they seem to struggle with or questioning about themselves, I think I'm quite well in bringing the understanding for themselves so they can like just rely on yourself and keep going with whatever it might be.
Wow.
So the point of view being outside a problem is about a lot easier than being inside of it. So breaking free from your own like closed mindset when you get stuck in some places.
Saying that, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Kevin?
The biggest joy is that I think I've 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 got to experience a lot of things, but I still believe that the best is yet to come. So I even though life can be strugglesome sometimes, there's always a tomorrow and the sun will shine again. So I try to enjoy every day from this point of view, from this state of my life.
It's amazing. I think seeing positivity every day and learning and being a better person.
Exactly.
It's great. It's a great feeling for sure. Good place to be, for sure. Next question. Let's do it.
Should join the dance.
Yes, you can always dance with me. Next question is, what's the best gift ever received and why you consider that?
You can have periods in life when you are not given so much compliments from whoever, friends, colleagues, or loved ones. So getting a compliment from someone about something that you haven't thought about yourself is very uplifting. So unexpected compliments it's very joyful.
Wow. Saying that, of course, when I saw your profile, the first thing that got my attention, of course, was your beards, your ginger beards, and I was like, wow, that's very interesting. As you mentioned in the beginning of the interview, that for you as a child was a plus because you got some acting jobs and commercials and everything. Do you
Yeah.
still get some compliments regarding your beard or regarding as a reddish, person or not?
Yeah, I do. Since I got my kids, I lost my hair, so I don't have the hair on top anymore. So that's why I really like to have my beard. It came also quite late in my life, so it's
Ah,
very, very, yeah, it's I get compliments about the color and about the thickness and stuff like that. So it's become a part of me. It moved from here to here. That's
it went down. It went down like
yeah,
this.
it really did.
And the opposite side of the question, as a kid, sometimes did you have any challenge or being a redhead or not?
Yeah, I would say you stand out and you always get whoever you are. If you stand out in your appearance, and as a redhead, I got to hear that a lot, and given the circumstances that I got a lot of acting gigs for it, it could be envious for people as well. So yeah, I was not spared of bullying and being teased and stuff like that. It
I
was
remember,
hand in
I remember,
hand.
I remember back in Brazil as a child. I remember in my classroom you had someone like you, and my colleagues, no, kids, they're gonna bully you for anything. They could be.
Yeah,
There's always something, and they'll pick on him because they're calling him fired, they're calling him those names like. And when I look back, my God, he was such a beautiful boy. But when you are a kid, you don't see that. You just, it's
exactly.
whatever they say. And I think for me, it's very exotic. You know what I mean? When you see people, like ginger. Like for me, as a Brazilian, I feel like, my God, they're so exotic. There's a beauty behind, for sure. But again, it's always the balance. Yeah, people they're gonna compliment or they're gonna point for a different reason.
Yeah, so I always wished for being blonde or being brown haired when I was younger, but now I feel it's my biggest asset as my appearance. So I
Totally.
would never change that again.
That's the fact. When you get older and you know yourself well, it becomes a positive. It becomes as I said, something a good asset about yourself. It's like your
Yeah.
main confidence. I get you for sure. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of acting? What do you like the most about it?
Oh, doing something you haven't done before, doing something that might feel tough at the beginning,
Hmm.
overcoming your fears, the challenges, overcoming challenges. It's more of a private joy than giving applause or praise and stuff like that. You have to feel it in yourself because actors mostly, I think I can speak for almost everyone. We're never satisfied with any kind of work. We always want to improve. And when you get a little bit of that sense that you have done yourself uh, uh, justice, it feels amazing.
And how do you get your auditions? Do you get online? Do you have an agent? How does it work for you to be able to try to get some work as an actor?
As of now, I don't have an agent. I had one before, but in Sweden, it's kind of a different kind of. Uh, doesn't matter if you're represented or not. You have to do the work yourself. You have to find the work yourself
Mm.
in most times and most ways. Even though it's great to be represented, but it's not that being represented doesn't give you a lot of opportunities. You have to find them yourself. So As of today, I'm not as active as I used to be finding jobs, and
Mhm.
whatever I do now, I have the privilege to be contacted about. But yeah, I could do a lot more to find jobs.
I see.
Absolutely.
But I think nowadays social media as well, there's everything's in there. You know, people sometimes they see your profile, they're like, oh my God, there's something here that I can work with.
Yeah, yeah, you have to stand out in some way, and as you say, social media today is a jungle, and you have to fight your way through. But I have some ideas about getting started on social media, and I hopefully I'll get to it as soon as possible. I'm posting pictures mostly as of now, and just to make sure I'm still out there for people to see, of course. But I
Totally.
have to, I would like to do some more, and I will.
Totally. I think our page is like our business cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's everything you can put there and people would see. Okay, next question is, what's something you believe is undeniable true?
Wow, that's very tough. Something that's undeniable true that we can change as people, as a race, regarding how the world looks at the moment. It's a choice, and we can change it by choosing a better path, I think.
Totally. And what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
To search for the meaning of life. I don't think we will ever find an answer, but keep searching and go beyond the horizons, try new stuff, and don't get stuck in a wheel. Like you have to, yeah, try new stuff.
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
Simple quote like hard work pays off. It really does, and even though it doesn't always seem like it, but giving up is giving up. But if you keep trying, something positive will come out of it.
Do you believe that yourself is more of a day or a night person?
Oh, I'm a night owl. I would love to be able to stay up a lot more because it's so much more peaceful at night. But yeah, I'm not a morning person, but I have to be.
And what will be the title of your memoir one day?
The soulful ginger.
Nice one. Wow. And when people read it, your memoir, what's
Mhm.
something that would you like people to take with them?
Having them know who I am without over explaining myself, because that's something I've always been struggling with during my life. I'm always over explaining myself, and I would like to present myself with lesser words.
Interesting. And why is that? Just because your personality, just because maybe it's the way you find more comfortable, it's like maybe a protection. Why is that when you think about it?
Uh, I'm not quite sure, but I've never gotten positive feedback from over explaining myself. It's I don't know if it comes out the wrong way, but you need to be clear from the start and not have to explain again and again what I really mean and stuff like that. So yeah, being presentable in a more clear way, I'd say.
I see. Talking to you, I feel like, for example, the tone of your voice, you come across very calm. Am I right? Or you just, I have this feeling that you're very calm, very easy to talk. You have this, your voice is very comforting.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, that's my personality. I'm very laid back. I'm very calm as a person, and that's something I always hear when I get to work in front of the camera. That I'm very easy to work with.
Yeah, talking
So
to you, I feel calm now. Just talking to you, I feel
good,
more calm.
good.
But I see that as a gift.
Likewise.
No, I feel as a gift, Kevin, because some the world you live now, for example, very, active and voice full of energy. And when you talk to someone more calm and more, even your voice as well, it just, it's like a mirror. I can feel it. And I feel literally calm now just talking to you. It's amazing. Wow.
Great.
Great. 3 questions left. Let's do it. But as soon as I put the song, I go like tuk, tuk, tuk again.
I can't hear any song, but I'm feeling the vibe anyway.
Amazing. Okay, next question for you is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
What I like the most about my best friends is that even though I don't get to see them as much anymore, I'll always know where they are, and if I need them, they'll be here. So yeah, it's a bond that it's like I can go 2 3 years without seeing my one of my best friends, but it always feels like the last day if when we do. So
Wow.
yeah, you always know who they are.
Tell me a friend that sometimes if you're feeling the lowest or feeling a bit melancholic and if you like, I need to talk to someone or if you like just sharing these moments.
Mhm.
And tell me the same friend that when you're feeling the great, I feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling so happy right now. I've got this vibe I want to share, I want to talk about. There is a person that comes to your mind?
Yeah, absolutely. There's two, and there's there's a person I can talk to about anything without ever being judged, and that person will also know if it's like if I'm being over dramatic or if it's serious, and they just tell me, and they tell me straight, and it always lands with me as they mean it's supposed to. So
Wow,
having a truth sayer.
totally. Okay,
Yeah.
so they are watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? You can say in Swedish first for me to hear your language, and after you can translate in English. They're watching.
Well, they can speak English, so but I get emotional thinking about stuff like that,
Oh,
and I think that's a receipt. That's all they need to know. Like
oh, sweet, great.
it's yeah,
Oh, I'm sure they know. You don't need to say anything. They already know it. What you mean for sure. It's such a.
they
I
do.
love those friends that the thing is about good friends. You don't go around saying, "Oh, you're gonna be my best friend. You're gonna be." It doesn't work like that. It's like a
No,
relationship. When it clicks, that's it.
yeah,
As you said, sometimes you cannot talk for a while for different reasons, but as soon as you connect again, it feels like it was yesterday. It,
yeah,
it, it's great. I think it's amazing. I call those friends angels. That's what I call them.
angels. Yeah,
I call them because it's so magical. I feel safe around them. I feel I can be myself. They can tell me off if they need to. So
yeah,
it's a beautiful relationship, unique for sure.
exactly.
Sweet. Can see them smiling right now when they watch the interview. Hey, next question is how do you approach or how do you manage self-doubt?
Going back at past troubles or situations I've been through, and
Mhm.
knowing I've got through them, and sometimes completely by myself or sometimes by reaching out. So uh, the dark times or the dark spaces I get to nowadays are always they get shorter and shorter. It's easier and easier every time because of the tools you have and the experience you have. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, great. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Do you like dancing?
No, I would say I'm not a fan because I don't feel I have the rhythm for it. It's a struggling performance part for me.
I don't
But
have
yeah,
either. For
but I
me,
enjoy looking and learning maybe, but it's not a go-to thing for me.
Good. Before the next question, let's do a little game. So let's pretend that you have in your hands the biggest budget. So for you, money is not a problem. And you're going to put together a play or a movie, a short movie, anything. You're going to be on it as well. You're going to be part of it. And you can cast anyone in the world to play your mom, anyone to play your dad, also a romantic partner as well. And the last one, the big boss, a producer or a director, anyone that you admire, that you'd love to work with one day. So tell me those names. They don't need to look like your parents. They could be just because you want to work with them. So tell me those names that you'd like to be on it.
Wow, I'm so bad at names, but I'd love for, let's see, start out with my father. I'd say Gary Oldman.
Okay. Wow.
I really find his work to be like true. He's very, very, yeah,
Unique.
he's got it
Yeah.
all, I believe. And as for my mother, let's get back to that one because
Okay.
I'm struggling finding a name. But what were the other parts did you say?
As a love interest, like a romantic partner.
As I've said, I really struggle with names, so I say the character name she's most famous for because that one I remember. I know this is embarrassing because it's one of the biggest shows out there. But Hermione from Harry Potter, Emma Watson.
Emma Watson. Yeah. I'm not sure
Oh,
because
I'm so sorry about. I really struggle for some reason. I can learn my lines, but knowing what people's names are, they just disappear. But Emma, she's Emma, but Hermione Granger. For some reason I remember the character name, but yeah, growing up with that show, having a like celebrity crush in my youth,
oh,
yeah, she'd be fun to work with as a professional, of course. Uh,
the big boss, the director or the producer to help you to put all together.
I didn't think about this name before, and it might be a bit controversial, but I'd say Mel Gibson.
Wow, very interesting. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm not putting any value as in him as a person, but as an actor, yeah, he's done a lot of good stuff, but I find his directing
Mm-hmm.
stuff a lot more interesting, I'd say.
Wow. Back to your mom, any names or not?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay,
Yeah.
so now the question is going to be a bit tougher now. One day, you're going to wake up in the morning having 4 missed calls on your phone from those 4 names. Jamie Lee Curtis, Mel Gibson, Emma from the Harry
Watson,
Potter, and your dad, what was his name?
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. So 4 missed calls from those people. Which one you're gonna call back straight away? Which one you're gonna send a message? I'll call you back later. And the other two, you just ignore them for now. You don't call back, you don't send a message, you just ignore them for now.
I'd call Gary Oldman first because I
Wow.
think he'd have a lot of saying for the movie if he would like to work with me as well. So I feel like he's the one I need to really pursue and yeah, and show the most respect at that
Wow.
point. And I don't think Mel Gibson would appreciate a text, so I'd like to take a phone call later on for him. But uh, sorry, mom, but as I often do, I would send Jamie Lee Curtis a text message that I'll call her later.
Oh my God. That's very tough. Oh my God. You can blame, okay? I put you in the spot. Okay.
No, just fun.
Next question is, okay, this one is gonna be easy for you. if of course you have kids, so if you were to raise a child, what is the most important thing would you like them to learn?
That like I believe my kids have like a safe space for finding themselves. Like there's always going to be a safe space at home uh, beside me, and whatever we do and whatever we have done, there's never been any like pushy stuff. You have to do this. Like try as much as you can. You don't have to play football like I did, but at least try everything once and find your own passion, find your own hobby or whatever. That's very key for me as a parent.
Wow. And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from your kids?
Most meaningful lesson that they will always be my kids in the sense of they'll always have a lot of love, I believe, and it's not a lesson, but it's a lesson for me in
Mm.
knowing that. And as long as you're not a bad parent, you'll get reward. You'll get rewarded in the sense of love.
Totally.
Mm.
And do you have siblings as well, Kevin? Or you are the only child?
I'm the only child. Yes.
You were spoiled or not?
No. In some ways, maybe, but in other ways, absolutely not.
I see.
I don't see myself as spoiled, but yeah, I got to travel a lot as a kid, and everybody doesn't get to do that. But so
Wow.
that's in a sense, I got to see the world.
Wow. Amazing. Last question, ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last question. Okay, before the last question, the beginning of the interview, you mentioned, during your young age, you're doing some commercials, some movies. Tell me a situation that you're never gonna forget, that when you think about that period of your time, maybe a funny story that happened when you were doing the shoot, or maybe you forgot something. Do you remember like a situation during that time that it was quite remarkable for you, or interesting, or funny?
Yes, something popped up immediately when I think I was 12 years old. I got to do a show for SVT, one of the major companies here in Sweden, which they are shooting a lot of series in front of live audience, like old school. So I got to do one of those shows when I was in fifth grade, and the best thing about that was I missed out of school 3 days a week because I had to be in the studio. And I was a hockey player at the time, so I always brought my rollerblades and my hockey stick in the huge room they had during between sets and stuff like that. So I played hockey and got to act instead of going to school for almost a whole year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Last question for you is, what's your favorite TV show?
Ooh, my favorite TV show. There's a lot. I'm that kind of person that rewatches stuff that I enjoy, and
Me too.
yeah, and of uh, the latest favorite I would say is Peaky Blinders, like the
It's a
most
series.
recent one.
It's a series, isn't it?
Yeah, and they it just came. They just released a movie as a final season.
I
Uh,
see.
yeah, but
You
I
can,
believe the series is a lot better than the movie, unfortunately. But yeah.
right? So the yet, let's play now the word association game. I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Okay, quick thinking.
Mhm.
One word for money.
Cash flow,
Fear.
regret,
Family.
kids,
Oh, sweet. Life.
Ongoing.
Lost.
To be found.
Oh, do you think it's close or still far away?
I think it's both in a sense. Yeah, I can feel the presence of it, but it's not for me to take at the moment.
Cool. I like that. Religion,
Non-believer.
sex,
Enjoyable.
politics,
Oof, don't get me started. Dark.
friendship,
Meaningful.
desire,
Struggle.
regret.
Fear.
Actually, I said desire, said struggle. It's so true. I would say danger, it's, desire is something that struggle. I was like, I need to say that. Anyway, success,
Peace.
wish,
Oh, shooting stars.
happiness.
Calm.
One word for Sweden.
One word for Sweden.
Yeah.
Nature.
And the last one now, acting, one word.
Greatness.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friends for a coffee, and I'm going to ask them, define Kevin in one positive and one negative word only, what they would say about you.
Negative, for some reason, comes up first, but it would be repetitive, and positive would be, well, brother.
Nice. What's your star sign astrology? I don't know if you believe in astrology, but what's your star sign?
I think it's called Capricorn in English.
So you are in December, January?
January, early January. Yeah.
Wow. My sister is Capricorn, actually. My sister, but she's in December. Yeah, December she's Capricorn. Very stubborn. When they want something, if they believe something, that's it. It's there. It's stubborn. That's
Yeah,
one of
I
the
can
big,
agree with that.
big characteristics of Capricorn for sure. Let's play now, Kevin, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Before asking the question, what's your favorite Swedish word? Okay, before I answer, I'm gonna say my favorite word in Portuguese. It's a word that it does exist. There is no translation. The closest one would be missing, you or missing something. Yeah, we say saudade.
Saudade.
Saudade. Saudade is a word that there's no meaning in other language. But for example, if I miss my mom, if I miss a friend, if I miss a moment, or this nice nostalgia that you have sometimes, I'd say like saudade. It means like, oh, I missed that moment. Oh, that was so great. So we just say saudade. So if you say that in Portuguese for a Portuguese person or Brazilian, they would go like, oh, that's nice. So you miss something nice. So yeah, saudade.
Yeah, and I really can agree with that feeling, because missing someone or something without the sad part of it, like it's just comforting. It's a
Yeah,
very nice feeling. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I miss that or this or whatever it can be, and you're content with it and you're satisfied just thinking about it.
Yeah,
It's
it's a great feeling. You put yourself in that memory, like, oh, saudade, like I miss that, or a nostalgia, maybe someone that already gone, could be anything. You go like, oh, it's a great feeling in your heart. You just say
yeah,
saudade. Yeah, it's very famous this word in Portuguese because there's a music as well. There's a Portuguese singer, saudade, like it's a different. They say a different accent, but it's a very, for us, it means a lot, the word saudade. How about you? Tell me a Swedish word that Could mean something, or maybe one of your favorites for some reason.
Hmm. But I'd like to just develop what you're saying, like Saljaj or the memory of something. I feel like the memory of scent, like a scent you have from, you can just feel it, and you don't know where it comes from, but you only remembers it from your childhood, and you
Yeah,
don't know how to reproduce it. It just appears from thin air, and it brings back memories just through the scent. So I will go with doft, which
doft,
means scent.
doft,
Yes, doft.
doft. I
Yeah.
like it. Is this to
So
say
yeah,
as well? Doft. Is this to say?
yeah.
Amazing. Wow, I like that. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Kevin.
As I said, I struggled finding something unique, but I feel like you're a well-traveled person as well. So I'm gonna ask a simple question: when are you gonna visit Sweden?
Great question. Great questions. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something now. I've been to Sweden before
Oh,
once in my life, and I'm gonna
okay.
tell you my first like view or feeling when I arrived in Sweden. I remember it was a long short, it was like a long weekend only, and I remember actually, let me see if I remember the name of the airport. It was quite far from the city. No, it's a low
Which
cost flight.
city did you which city did you visit?
It's Stockholm. So there was like a airport that Ryanair is flies there. It's quite far. It was a
Arlanda.
could be. I don't remember. Anyway,
No.
so one of the memories that I remember arriving in Sweden was exciting because it was summer, it was beautiful weather, and I remember like taking the bus all the way to the city center. I was on
Mhm.
my own, and I'll tell you something, Kevin. I don't know why I felt like in a romantic place. I don't know if it's because everyone was so happy. There was something about the vibe of the city that I felt like, oh my God, it's so romantic here right now. And it was such, I had this feeling, I don't know why. And I was alone. I was walking around Stockholm, and I saw some place. I didn't stay long, so I kind of did some like walk, and I like to do without planning much, I like to see, to go with the vibe, to see just some main points. And yes, I remember I have this memory of arriving in Stockholm, and I remember like looking the center of the city, the river, like it's beautiful here, and something interesting as well about the money, because for me, it's a lot of numbers in the money, like,
Mhm.
and I wasn't sure if it was too expensive or too, because I was asking for, like, I was buying like a water, and it was like a lot of numbers, and I was like, oh my God, is this expensive or not? So I remember this vague memory. I was paying. I was like, is this a lot of money or not? Because for me, because it was a lot of money, like numbers, for me sounded very expensive. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, is this expensive or not? Anyway, so yes, I had this great memory, and I remember as well, like arriving in the city and seeing, Swedish people. I remember the street. I remember there was some girls like in the bus, and they were talking Swedish, and I remember like you're so beautiful, you know what I mean? And I remember like looking at them, and they were full of energy. And I was like, wow, that's amazing to be here. So yeah, it was a short break. And I didn't, at the time, of course, I wasn't doing the magic box yet. But I remember having this great vibe of the city. And for some reason, I felt it was a romantic vibe around. Maybe it could be me, feeling, I don't know, maybe alone there. I don't know. But I had this feeling of seeing people, enjoying the sun. It was quite warm at the time. So yeah,
Yeah.
but now I'm gonna come back again because I had interviewed for some people from Sweden, from Stockholm, not just because of that. Of course, ABBA, I love ABBA, so I'd like to see the
Mhm.
the museum. And
Yeah.
yeah, I want to come back now with more time and to see the city better, because for me it was 2 days only. It was very quite fast,
Yeah.
and I didn't have much time to see everything, and I just kind of explore the center of the city. I just walk around a little bit. So yeah, soon, hopefully soon. And for
Soon.
sure, I'll let you know so we can go for a coffee,
Perfect.
a pint or something for you to show me your favorite place of Stockholm. Okay?
I'd love to, and you're very welcome back. And it's a very romantic city, especially in the summer. It's,
I was
you
right
know,
then. I was right. I was
yeah,
right.
I really feel that same even growing up here, but it's a very different place, summertime, wintertime. So I recommend the cities in the summertime and the countryside in wintertime to really experience the Swedish winter, because it's not so, you need to see the snow, you need to have the cold if you visit Sweden for wintertime, and you don't get that in the cities anymore.
You know what? I think next time I will go for the winter time then, because I love the snow. I love to see, and for me it will be different for me to see another part of Sweden, because I know it's very
Yeah.
cold and can get very a lot of snow as well, and it's a different
Hmm.
scenario as well. So yeah, let's see, let's see. Either way, I'll let you know. Okay?
Looking forward to it.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I really did. It was quite a new experience and unique questions, and I feel privileged to be in it.
Thanks again. Thanks, Kevin.
I
Thanks
hope
for
I
being.
did. I hope I did okay.
You did for sure, for sure. And I'll tell you something now. When we started doing the interview, I could see your background, like the lights, and I
Mhm.
was looking, and now it's completely dark. And it's amazing to see how it changed
Yeah.
through the interview. I was talking to you, and I realized, oh my God, it's already dark there. So it's amazing. Thanks again for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and accepting the invitation. And thanks for bring this calm voice. I'm gonna sleep more calm tonight.
Good. Thank you, William.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, we've touched the subjects a couple of times, and it's a quote of mine, actually regarding Mel Gibson for some reason. But I have a quote from his movie Braveheart, which has stuck with me since I saw it for the first time when I was like 10 years old.
Beautiful
And
movie.
it's your heart is free, have the courage to follow it.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes, for sure. Follow your heart. Your heart never lies to you, for sure.
No,
Amazing. Thanks again. Regards to your kids, to your family and friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
we're
Okay,
good.
have a good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you for your patience in the beginning as well.
Of course, always a pleasure. Take care. Okay, bye bye.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Stay tight.
Bye. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.